G4TV put themselves in a terrible position when they allowed Frosk to go on an unhinged rant and then they promoted it. They thought that it would make them look great for promoting this stunning and brave rant, yet all it did was make them look terrible and they lost thousands of followers and subscribers over it. A few weeks ago, we heard the president of G4 actually left after less than a year since its relaunch, and now there's major layoffs going on at the network. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube membership. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So this is an article from Kotaku. I do not like Kotaku, but they're the one that put up the article. It says G4TV hit with major layoffs less than a year after coming back. We have actually already heard about a wave of layoffs. They have already laid off several hosts and producers on this network, and now apparently they're laying off more. It says at least somewhere between 20 and 30 staff members were laid off at G4TV yesterday, according to 3 sources familiar with the business. The video game talk show network from the 2000s was resurrected last fall on streaming platforms like Twitch, as well as cable TV, but now sees major upheaval less than a year later. G4 has been a failure since its relaunch, and I said this when it relaunched, but I thought that maybe it could have been good, maybe it could have been successful, because they could shove a bunch of money into it. There are more well-known names on this network that people used to know, and also now in just like the gaming industry. I mean, they've got a few even professional wrestlers on this show, but unfortunately for them, it hasn't been good, primarily because they lost a lot of their audience when Frosk went on this rant. When you have a host going on a rant saying if you don't like it, don't watch it, and then vice president saying the same thing, of course you're going to lose viewers. You are going to lose any kind of support you had. But of course, they thought that that was great. They thought that her rant was stunning and brave. They promoted it for almost a year, and then last month they actually finally privated it on their YouTube channel, and they deleted any tweets about it, which of course is hilarious. A little bit too late though. It says, I truly cannot imagine the company continuing to produce our slate of content without the people we lost today, said one employee. Now, we don't know who these staff members were. We don't know if there were hosts that were part of that, or if they were just people behind the scenes and producers. We don't really know at this point in time, but I mean, it does suck for the people who joined this project, who were very proud to be part of it, who thought that they were simply part of a big gaming network, and, well, now they can't get views, so they have to, unfortunately, lay people off. It says the timing and severity of the cuts took staff by surprise, with talent showing up on set today ready to film only to have programming canceled, as HR reps met individually with each employee. While it's not clear what the extent of the layoffs will be, one source said those affected were told they would receive anywhere between 16 weeks and 6 months of severance based on their tenure with Comcast, G4's parent company. That is just such a shitty way to do it, having people show up ready to work and then laying off a giant chunk of them. And this actually happened when G4 initially was dying many years ago. They actually did something very similar. This is actually an article from 2012. It says a large percentage of cuts came from the tiny G4 cable channel, which celebrates video game culture. Last month, the channel canceled 2 of its signature and long-running shows, Attack of the Show and X-Play, leading to the departures of several dozen people. But going back to the Kotaku article, it does just talk about some of the responses that people have given on social media, and 3 sources tell Kotaku that G4's finances have been in bad shape for some time, and I have talked about this multiple times at this point on the channel, primarily because after that Frosk Rant, they lost a massive percent of their viewership, and now, unfortunately for them, their channel with 500,000 subscribers is getting less views a month than my channel here is, and yes, they do have other social media like Twitch where they are getting views as well, but I mean, they really only have 2 major ways of creating content, and that is YouTube and Twitch, and also their Twitch isn't doing great from what we've seen. I mean, their viewership numbers are down there, so it does seem like G4 is just dying, and I mean, that's really not surprising to hear at this point. I mean, last month, we saw the network president, Russell Aaron's jump ship, left their position after less than a year, which definitely didn't come across as very positive, because when you are in a position like that and you are feeling confident in the future, of course you're going to want to stay. If you think that, you know, this network that you're working for is going to be successful and is going to blow up, you wouldn't want to leave that position, but they ultimately decided to. Another major problem G4 had was Adam Sessler. He pushed tons of potential consumers away from the network. His incessant activism and unhinged rants about people that don't agree with his politics is also greatly responsible for driving people away. This was an article from January. G4 host Adam Sessler claims Republicans are stupid, racist, and drink piss. Previously wished his Republican family members would die, which of course is absolutely disgusting. And the official G4TV Twitter account decided to tweet this due to unforeseen circumstances. All G4 streams today have been canceled, but we will return with all of our regularly scheduled content tomorrow. And we had heard this in the Kotaku article that they actually had to cancel the shows for the day because they were too busy laying people off. And the comment section of this thread are filled with people saying things like, "Next time, don't hire activists. Sorry you all frosked enthusiasm in your channel and brand. Keep attacking what could have been your core audience and see how far it goes." People do not forget things easily, and the Frosk stuff only happened at the beginning of the year, so people are going to be talking about this for a long time. I mean, ultimately, yeah, you shouldn't have hired activists, and you shouldn't have attacked your core audience, which is what you allowed one of your hosts to do, and now you guys are dying. Talk to him, Frosk. It's actually around 15 to 20 unforeseen circumstances today. I really wanted to like G4, but the content is so cringeworthy, it completely overlooks the nostalgia value that was baked in. They need to do just flat out better programming. What made it good before was it was funny and still relatable in a nerdy way. Now it's just annoying. And a lot of people agree with this. A lot of people were very excited for G4's return. A lot of people were very hopeful, thinking, you know what, this is going to come back. They're bringing some of the previous hosts back. Maybe this will be good. But it just isn't. I don't think that G4 can save themselves at this point. I don't think we're going to see them magically blow up in size. I think that unfortunately for the people who were part of this project, who were excited to be part of this project, this network is going to be dead again within the next year or so. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.